Hello and welcome to my stream. Tonight we'll be playing more of Ord and we'll be continuing the fourth mode of this game, which was Foul Flames. That mode was like a horror story. It seems that we are stuck in a location. I'm not sure if it is a house, a room. It's a location. And while we try to escape from it, there is a monster. And the monster is trying to catch us while we are also avoiding some traps. We couldn't really check most of that mode last time, mostly because I was chatting with everybody that was showing up. And tonight, let's see if I can find some more secrets and who knows, maybe even beat this mode. If we can't beat it, then I think next weekend I'll be starting the final mode because these modes have been kind of weird, especially the previous two ones, like World and Dimensions. They were too crazy, maybe more crazy than the first mode, which was the best one or my favorite so far, Quest. So this one, I'm not sure still if it is going to be as crazy as the previous ones, or if it's going to be more logical according to Quest. I hope that's the case because I prefer when our decisions are more, rational or like they make more sense. I struggled a lot on Dimensions, I struggled a lot on World. I actually don't think I was able to get to the end of any of those two, especially World. World, I kind of gave up thinking that there is no way for me to create a perfect world, so let's move on to the next mode. So far on this one mode, things have been somewhat logical, but it's still very hard for us to find a solution or a way to escape from that location or the monster. So maybe we can get luckier tonight. Let's see how that goes. But yes, I'm thinking about. By the way, could you hear the thunder? Yes, it seems some rain is coming up here, so I'm sorry in advance in case I get some sort of power outage. I'm back to my apartment, by the way, probably you have noticed. I came back here on Sunday, last Sunday, and I'm trying to readapt myself in here. So far, it's been great. Some things have changed both in my apartment building, but also in the neighborhood. It's been so silent and quiet and calm. I don't know. There is some sort of good energy flowing that I couldn't feel it before, or not as much as now. So that's great because it's helping me to stay more calm and relaxed than what I was feeling when I was at my hometown. But remember, my apartment is in a very it is in a street that has many trees, and those trees they kind of shake a lot during rains or storms, and then they get to the freaking posts, and then I can get power outages. So don't be surprised in case they happen. Hope they won't. But yes, we are back in here, so I hope that I can get used to my apartment fully without anxiety or insomnia. I can't say for sure if that's going to happen because my life is a roller coaster. So like I can be completely great today and then tomorrow I can start some sort of crisis. But so far I'm working on staying calm and relaxed, and so far everything has been much better than what I was expecting actually. Anyway, hello Gabriel, hello Meowser, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are having a great January so far. Have you guys started watching? I mean, I believe Gabriel has already watched that, which was the last JoJo season, which was Stone Ocean. But Meowser, if I'm correct, you were still waiting to start it, right? I wonder if you were able to start watching it already. Shit scared me, my volume was too loud, I'm sorry, man. That's good at least to know that the mic is okay. I wonder if you guys can listen or hear the fan behind me. But yes, I'm back here, so let's revive the feelings of my apartment. By the way, remember that neighbor that lives on the behind my room, like behind those walls right there? I still haven't heard anything from her. In this whole week, I have been in my apartment. So I don't know if she's still living there, or I don't know if I don't know somebody else is living there. I still haven't heard her voice because sometimes I could hear her voice from the walls, or her dog. I have no idea, but I remember we used to joke a little bit about, oh, I'm streaming up to like late night, and then the neighbor right there can hear me, although she probably can't understand English and stuff. So far, I have no sign that she's there or like there's somebody there. So that's also crazy, but good in my opinion, because it means that things in here are more silent, and I appreciate that. So Meowser has finally started watching Stone Ocean. There we go. What did you think about it? I'm going to watch more tonight. You were watching it with your friend. There we go, man. Pay a visit, show that you are back. I actually don't know any of my neighbors. I only know the... I'm not sure what's the word for this in English right now, but the person that kind of takes care of the whole building, and then everybody voted on that person to take that position. I can't remember the name of that profession or job in English, but it's pretty much the responsible for the building and like doing some important important chores for the building. For example, registering the consumption of electricity or the water levels, and like pretty much taking care of everything in here. I know that person because I believe every person that lives in here should know the person that has that job. I have seen a couple like neighbors, but I don't know them. Like I don't even know their names. So yes, I don't know my neighbors. It's funny, right? Because I think that in the past it used to be easier for you to get to know your neighbors. It's maybe especially if you live in a street and like everyone has a house. But it's funny that when I live in a building right now, it is harder for me to really interact and get to know the other neighbors. And it's funny because it should have been easier as there are more people. So like you would have more opportunities to be meeting people, but no, it's kind of everyone in your own place doing your own thing. I don't know anybody here besides seeing them like from distance. So after vacations, I think it's the same. It depends on the person. Wait, do you mean like if you live in a house or in a building, and how easy is it for you to get to know your neighbors? I don't know. I just think that back in my hometown, it used to be easier for us to like know the neighbors. But I don't know, in here. I don't know anybody. But of course, if I see someone, I say like good afternoon or like good night, but or good evening, right? But besides that, but I feel people in general changed. Me too. I use it maybe also because of our ages, right? I think that the older we are, maybe the hardest it is for us to kind of interact with our neighbors. Because as a kid, I used to play with the other kids of the neighborhood, so it was much easier for me to be playing with them or like playing in the streets or even visiting their houses to play video games or board games and stuff. And also today it's like different times, so like people will prefer playing on their own computers in their rooms and then like using the internet to make new friends and meet new people. Actually, that's how I have been mostly meeting new people, thanks to the internet. There is also the pandemic. Yes, like the pandemic will of course isolate everyone, but even if the pandemic was not happening, I don't think it would be that easier or that easy for us to be really meeting up new people like that live, or yeah, new people that live near us. At least not like in the past, in my opinion. For me, it's kind of the opposite. The older you get, the easier it feels to just talk to random people. I wish I could be more extrovert like that. I don't know if you guys think that I'm an extrovert, by the way. I do chat a lot, yes, but in my personal life, I would say that I'm not that extrovert, I think. Um, maybe I'm an extrovert under opportunities. Like if there is a chance for me to be meeting somebody, I will take that chance. I mean, under some circumstances, of course. But talking randomly to people, like Gabriel is saying, it's still something hard for me to be doing. But of course, it's something that I wish I could improve on myself. And even if I let me ask you this, Gabriel, even after you talk randomly to people, are you successful on like turning that a friendship or like making more contact with those people you were able to randomly start talking? Like, were you able to, I don't know, share phone numbers and stuff to stay in touch with the person? That's something that I struggle because some years ago when I used to go to Rio to like do some sightseeing or just relax and like visit places, museums and locations, I used to sometimes meet a person that was doing the same. Like, oh yeah, we are visiting this museum, and then I don't know, there was a moment or an opportunity that I was able to interact with somebody, and then sometimes you use it to take the whole um museum, not trip, but we use it to like hang out for the day basically, or for that location we were. But after that, we kind of never met each other anymore, or like got to another opportunity to meet. I can only remember two people that I was able to like meet again in other opportunities. But then today I kind of lost contact with them already. One of them was a person that I met in museums, and then the person was also a lover for expositions and stuff. So we used to go to some expositions in Rio, and then the other person was a book lover. So I used to go to some book events where like the publishers were doing some events of like promoting their new books and interviews with authors and stuff, writers and stuff. And yes, I used to go to some of those events with this person. But besides those two, the other people that I kind of met, they were like a friend for the day, you know? It depends. It's not like you need to become friends, but when visiting or traveling, it's pretty easy for you to make friends like that. You know what? I have heard of that. I don't travel that much, but I heard, right? I heard stories of many people that they somewhat are able to kind of make new friends when they are traveling. Maybe it's because of the situation, I wonder, like when you are traveling and when you are visiting a new place, you really don't know anybody, or at least most of times you don't know anybody. Maybe you have some friends living in that city, but and then you kind of uh, I don't know if this is some sort of instinct of like uh, trying to get to other people so you can have an easier time under that new location that you are at. And then maybe that's a natural instinct of humans that we got through evolution, you know, something crazy like that, because of survival. So like we need to gather in a group, or like we need to join a group, or we won't survive in a, let's say, instinct way. I don't know, because I hear many people meet friends like that when they're traveling. Maybe the travel itself also makes them to feel more comfortable to like, you know what, I'm here having fun. I don't care what people will think about me. So hey, what's up? Help me out in here. I want to go to this place. Do you know how can I get there? And then the person, oh yes, I'm going there too. And then you end up spending the whole trip with the person or something. I heard of that happening to many people, but it's not something common to me, I would say, because I don't travel that much. Maybe if I were traveling more, I could be doing the same. You're an introvert who's secretly extroverted. That's a hard thing to think, but maybe I can relate a little bit because I consider myself more of an introvert than an extrovert. Although, like I said, there are situations that I kind of uh, try to be an extrovert. Maybe the best example was when I was taking the English courses, like the communication courses. I was doing my hardest in there to like make new friends, and thankfully I managed to make at least one friend that I still have today. So yeah, that was like a very good opportunity for me to really try new friendships. Hello, cool, welcome. How's it going? Even in games, in stuff like guilds and groups, I always end up like the gatherer manager of people. I mean, but also you have some experience of being the dungeon master. So maybe that helps you a lot under the conditions of playing games, right? Like a Dungeons and Dragons game. In real life, I have made a lot of friends of mine became friends between them too. Like friends from work becoming friends with your childhood friends or cousins. Regarding that, like your friendships interacting with themselves or interacting with each other, that's also hard for me to happen, or it doesn't happen too much in my life. Like I believe my friendship groups are very well separated. There was maybe a couple moments where they shared some interests in common. For example, there was this trail in Rio that I wanted to go, and then one friend from my hometown wanted to go too, and then a friend from Rio also wanted to go. So I kind of uh, gathered everybody to go there together. But it was just for that day, and then they never had another chance to like talk to each other anymore. It's not like what you're saying, where your different friends started to become friends by themselves. That's the paradox of RPG Dungeons and Dragons. It's a social game made for people that don't like being social. It's because everybody's kind of taking the place of a role, right? Everybody's like trying to maybe escape from reality and creating this fantasy world, and maybe that makes everything easier, right? And that's funny because I also had, not that I had, but I still have, right? A moment of my life that games helped me to make new friends or make friends like that. But I think it's the same idea. Like we have games to be playing, and then because you were too focused on like playing the game and everything, you kind of escape from reality a little bit, and then you don't feel too shy or too timid. There we go, and you are able to make this communication to work better, thanks to the doors and opportunities that games can give to you. I think it happens to me, or it happened to me in that way, and I can relate it to what you're saying regarding Dungeons and Dragons because I haven't played Dungeons and Dragons before. Maybe it's kind of the same way, you know. The situation creates an environment of like a fantasy that helps everybody to like just relax and live up that fantasy. And then once the fantasy is over, more opportunities of like, let's say, talking about real life will also be there for people to really get to know each other. Anyway, let's go for the fourth mode of order, at least start it a little bit. I was starting the stream by talking about anime, and this week what I watched the most was Osama Ranking, or the Ranking of Kings. I don't remember, Gabriel, if you have been watching that one. So far, I'm liking it. But I also had some other expectations for it. I kind of wished it could have been more serious. It has its moments of like being serious, but sometimes like it's just for a moment or like just for a minute, and then on the next scene everything kind of goes back to like, no, everybody's good, or like everything is safe. No, I wish the seriousness of the show could be more permanent. That was a problem that I saw on Dragon Quest, the anime. I started not enjoying Dragon Quest that much because I was like not seeing it as a serious thing, or I couldn't take it seriously because like nobody was kind of dying, or you kind of knew what would happen to every battle, and the hero is overpowered, and then like, is this never going to have a plot twist or something, a more tragic plot twist? Osama Ranking had some moments, but I still hope they get more intense, basically, or more concrete as well. You haven't yet? You're also going to get something to eat? Alright, man, get some delicious dinner. So I was saying that I got to the fourth mode of Ord, which is foul things, and this is like a horror story. I still don't understand why is that progression bar empty? Because we did some progression last time, but for some reason the game has not registered anything. So let's see if tonight we get luckier on our choices here. And I also need to work on my memory to remember what I have done on those choices last time. There was something inside of the brick, right? Or at least I remember that I could get this brick to my inventory. So I'm going to do that again. Yes, I could remove it. Oh yeah, what was inside was a rat. And then we could kill the rat. This reminds me that some of the struggles I have been having here in my apartment now that I'm back are bug related. For example, yesterday a fly entered in my house and I couldn't either kill the fly. I mean, I was first trying to kill the fly, but the fly was like 100 times smarter than me and my flip flops. So I was like, I'm losing a lot of, or I'm spending a lot of time doing this, and I can't really get to the fly. But luckily, eventually, the fly went out my house after I opened the door. But that took some, let's say, 35 minutes to happen, so it was like super stressful. Even after I opened the door, like the fly decided to still fly inside, not go outside. And then today, when I was in my balcony sunbathing, by the way, one of the best things about returning here is to sunbathe like crazy. It's been so good. I miss that a lot. But when I was sunbathing and playing some Pokemon Go, I noticed that was a not big, but like very ugly spider, of one of those spiders that you kinda don't trust it because of how it looks like. It's not like a regular spider, it was like one of those different species. And I was like, you shall not enter my home. And I also kinda tried to kill it at first, but I couldn't. But at the very least, I was able to enter my home faster than it, and then I locked the door of the balcony. And then unfortunately that interrupted my sunbathing for the day. But I wanna believe that the spider decided to go somewhere else, like it's not there anymore. I took a look before starting the stream if the spider was still there or something. I couldn't find it. So I hope that tomorrow I'm back to my normal sunbathing on my balcony and enjoying it. But yes, I'm getting unlucky on like creatures and bugs and things trying to get to my home. And also I have not been able to get rid of them like by killing them, which is good. Like let's let the bugs alive, but it's a lot of work to give them a chance to stay outside. So yeah, like it's funny that I was struggling in my hometown with mosquitoes every night, but in here I'm struggling with bugs again, but in a different way. Let's leave the dead rat behind. And then what was inside of that hole? More rats if I'm not mistaken, so let's leave them. Locked doors are extremely effective against spiders. I know, right? But the thing is that what if the spider decided to stay there forever waiting for a chance to enter? That was what I was scared of like, will I be able to go to my balcony soon? Or is this spider staying there, for the... Is it going to stay there patiently for hours and days? And then I'm like, I want to get out. So I was worried about that. And as I live in like the 8th floor, there aren't many places for a bug or a spider like that to go, besides either climbing the wall up or down, or going to the next apartment, the neighbor. So I was like, the chances of this spider getting out of here are very low, but it seems it worked, or at least I couldn't find the spider anymore. But that was a bit disappointing because I have been trying to leave the doors in here and the windows open for more time. Not only because my apartment stayed locked for like a whole year almost, and thanks to that, it got some mold, or like it got very dirty and dusty, and then I have been cleaning my apartment for like the whole week, and I will still be cleaning things. Like I'm still organizing and cleaning everything. It's like a big clean uh, process. So I'm also trying to like let more sunlight, let more fresh air to come in to help like my apartments to be feeling better. But sometimes bugs will also try to come in with that, right? With like the open windows and open doors. Also, hi Yoda, what's up? Get a cat to catch the spiders? If I if I had to have a pet, I do think I would go for a cat. But it's still not the time for me to get a pet. Like, first of all, there is the financial part of it. Like, if you have a pet, you gotta have money to take care of it. So that's out of me. Second, even though I have the stereotype of cats being very independent, even though I have that vision or that idea, many people that have cats, they told me that it's the opposite. Like the cats are actually very attention demanding, and I would rather have a pet where I can have my own space and the animal can have its own space. I wouldn't want to be too interactive with the animal. So there is also that. And then third, living in an apartment makes it a little bit more hard, right? Like there are some policies regarding having pets in here that I'm not sure if I really do wanna go for them. Do you have a cat, Yoda? Do you have one? Now that you brought that up, I wonder if you have a pet. Oh yeah, this was the, speaking of pets, this was the dog's bowl. The only one thing, it's not a pet, but the only one thing that I kind of tried to take care of here in my apartment was a bonsai. Have you guys had a bonsai or seen a bonsai before? It was a bonsai of a Brazilian berry. The Brazilian berry is called jabuticaba. It's a very weird tree, by the way. I will try to find a picture. But yes, I got that bonsai as a Christmas gift from my previous job. They decided to give a tree for everybody, or a tree sample to everybody. That bonsai lasted some weeks, but unfortunately it died because I didn't know exactly how to take care of it. Hey Subaru, what's up, man? How's it going? Oh no, my phone is dead. I won't be able to Google anything today because the other phone is recharging and then this one is now dead. Rip my phone. I couldn't find a picture of the tree, but believe me, it's a very weird tree. Also, by the way, Meowser, since you are also here, you were one of the few people that not only knew what I'm going to talk about right now, but also you have cooked this yourself, right? So in case I haven't showed this before, like in case you haven't seen this before, like the others, this is sweet potato paste. Yeah, I do have some sweet potato paste. Since I'm like a guava paste lover, I ate a lot of guava paste in the previous years. Although now it's a time for me to like take a little pause, take a break on that, and try something else. And this is my something else: sweet potato paste. As Meowser has tried it and he also has cooked it before. If you haven't tried this before, I know you can find it in the US or in other countries, you just need to look for it. It is very, very good. And even though some people, like Nubble for example, some people don't like sweet potato, I don't think this tastes anything like sweet potato, so don't worry about that in case you don't like sweet potato. This is worth trying no matter what. The other thing that I also have in here is a mix, and then this one I don't remember if Meowser has ever tried before, but I know for sure this mix can be found in the US and in other countries too. It is a cheese bread mix. Those are cheese breads, by the way. And it's not like the grilled cheese. Yeah, grilled cheese is something else. No, it's not like that. It is kind of hard to explain, but this is pretty much a dough that gets powdered cheese mixed with it when it's baking or when it's like fermenting, when the fermentation happens, you know. So instead of like having, let's say, cheese as a filling of it, no, this has actually cheese as part of the bread itself. So it's a blend, right, between the dough and the cheese. And thanks to that, it's very good. Like the taste of it is delicious. So a cheese bread mix is also in here. Some are saying that there are... By the way, am I down? Oh, maybe I am down, right? Or at least I lost my chat. Oh no, is this happening again? I remember the last time I had a chat disconnection. Wait, my chat is back. Is the stream okay? Thank goodness my chat is back. But am I still good? Several was saying that there are some cats that like attention every time. And there are some other cats that really don't. So yes, in my case, I would need to go after the ones that are more independent then, because I can't see myself taking care of a pet 24 hours. I really can't. Okay, the stream is back. There we go. So it was just my chat dying for some time, but it's back now. Several, I'm doing alright, man. As you can see, I'm back to my apartment. It's been a whole week in here. I have been able to stay more relaxed, calm, and peaceful. I don't want to jinx it though, so I hope it stays like that. I was feeling much more anxious when I was in my hometown. Actually, that was one of the reasons why I wanted to return here. The energy there was kind of very dark or bad. It was getting heavy. But in here, like I was saying, things have been more silent and more quiet. And I'm adapting well. I hope it stays like that. I haven't seen that before. You haven't seen cheese bread before? I know for sure you can find that in the US, like for sure. I have watched many foreigners trying that for their first time on YouTube before. If you Google maybe on Amazon or something, you can find the mix. You can find the mix in there. You don't even need to buy like the different ingredients separately, because in the US you can find the whole mix and it's super easy. You just need to add some margarine or butter, eggs, and milk to the mix, and then you will be able to bake the dough, and it is really good. So definitely recommend it, guys. Try finding it in there. We have biscuits that we do with cheese that I have made and had before though. Biscuits with cheese, I haven't tried that before, I think. You like garlic bread? Me too. Yes, garlic bread is a big thing on barbecues in Brazil. And then the weirdest thing in barbecues in Brazil, I have also brought that up before, are chicken hearts. And my sister loves chicken hearts, but I'm not a big fan of meat. Besides hamburgers, maybe hot dogs, and like sausages in general. But when it's out of that, I kinda don't like it. So chicken hearts is something that I would never try myself, even though my sister loves it a lot. This window, I need to breeze, right? Because the option of squeezing it killed us before. And then we have the exit. If we look on the keyhole, we will see the monster. So I will try checking the door, but I believe it's going to be locked. It is not, it's not locked. Oh, we got trapped though. And this is going to lead us to the monster again. Yeah, the monster is in here. I think we died. It's funny that the window was one of the last options of the previous round, and in here they are throwing the window right away. By the way, last stream, I was trying to think about shows or upcoming shows that I was hyped to watch on this year, but I couldn't really think on many. But we were remembering about 1899, which is the series from the creators of Dark, and it was said before that they would be releasing it this year. But I gotta say that this week as well, I was checking on Netflix posts on social media, and Netflix had a posting there of like upcoming shows that we should be expecting to watch this year. 1899 was not there. I mean, that list probably was not complete, but in my opinion, if it is a show by the creators of Dark, and considering how big Dark was in Brazil, they should have put that name on the list. So I was surprised it was not in there, and it made me a little bit worried that, I don't know, 1899 wouldn't be released this year. I want to believe that it was just like a false impression of mine, because knowing the creators of Dark as I know, they are like very responsible or like very on point on the dates of the releases of their shows. You just need to see what they did with Dark. That was like fantastic, because the days when they release the seasons of Dark are actually important days to the show and fitting days for the show as well. So it was like a meta linguistic of like serious releases that was mind-blowing. Not only the show was mind-blowing, but even the things and situations in real life were mind-blowing regarding the show. So like the date of the releases of the seasons, they had a meaning. Like they were on those days on purpose. They had like importance. So knowing that, I do think they won't miss the expected date for 1899, even though Netflix didn't promote anything this year so far about it. But they have promoted another show that I kinda didn't know that was getting another season, especially to be released this month actually. I'm talking about Snowpiercer. Actually Snowpiercer, right? Snowpiercer is getting a new season this month, and that was completely out of my radar. So when I was talking about that last time, I didn't know about Snowpiercer. So now we have Snowpiercer, 1899, The Umbrella Academy Season 3, and also I know that Euphoria has also started releasing its episodes of Season 2, I believe last week. I also need to go after that. So far, those would be the shows that I'm excited to watch or to check this year. Also, hi Victor, what's up, man? Has the year started well for you? Man, not really. It's kind of becoming a pattern, unfortunately, that during Christmas, especially during Christmas, I kind of struggle with like insomnia and anxiety. My first anxiety crisis happened on a Christmas night, maybe I should say Christmas morning actually. But like the insomnia happened during the night, so maybe it counts. So no man, like for the Christmas time and for the New Year's Eve, but in the New Year's Eve things got a little bit better. I was struggling with insomnia and anxiety, and then it kind of was happening, it was happening and leaving me. And then I decided to come back to my apartment, hoping I could feel better in here. And I'm here for a whole week so far, and it's been much better. It's been more relaxing, more calm. Will it stay like this? I hope, but I can't be sure. But yes, I kind of had to make this trip, right? I had to take this risk of returning to my apartment because I was not feeling that much great in my hometown anymore. Maybe because I just had to have like a change of pace, right? Or like I had to refresh my environment a little bit, or like have my own space as well instead of like being with my parents every time. It was a mix of things, but returning here so far has been very positive. But unfortunately, man, the beginning of the year was rough to me. December was rough to me. Like the whole December was kind of a mix of insomnia and anxiety. Even though the crisis in general were not very strong, like I have had in the past, thanks to my learnings and to my self control. Besides one day, there was one day that I was having a pressure drop, so I was like taking more care of myself about that. But they were not very serious. But it sucks, like to not being able to sleep well and everything. Yes, Victor, things are getting better now, thank goodness. And I hope that I can continue this adaptation in here for many months. And in case there is a new crisis happening, it takes longer, especially longer than my parents' trip, because my parents are going to travel in 2 weeks from now and they are going to stay out for 20 days. So basically, that's the time that I shall not have like a crisis, a very serious crisis, because my parents would not be able to be here to like help me out. But so far, if things stay like the way they are, everything's great, man. But how about you? How's the New Year's Eve? Wait, how was the New Year for you in there? I know, and I have been seeing some pictures that it's been very cold in there, right? Like everything is frozen. So is it getting better? Like the weather is getting any better? Or is it still super crazy cold for you? I was wondering if it's going to be delayed. Yes, I'm also wondering, man, but like I said, I do trust the creators of Dark on their dates. So I'm still like hoping that's not the case. But as Netflix didn't say anything so far on their like upcoming hyped release shows to be released, maybe we can have a little bit of a suspicion that it could be delayed. But I think it's just like an impression. I do still trust them that they are going to release the show this year, thanks to what they have done on Dark, right? Oh yeah, Victor, I think you haven't seen this. I was saying that December was a horrible month, but at the very least, I managed to get a Christmas gift. I got a new, I mean, it's not like a new 3DS. It's not that model, but it's a new 3DS for me, but it's only a 3DS XL, right? So I got it to replace my older one that got so many problems with its analog stick, and like the charging input was broken. The L trigger was also broken after I tried to fix it. So it was like a whole mess. I'm only using now to make a street pass. Now making a street pass with myself. I wish that was not like the case. I wish I had more people to street pass, but that's the situation today. So I'm street passing with myself, and it's been good to go back to those street pass games. I wish the Switch could have something like that, right? Some sort of Street Pass mini games. Oh my god, Ultras, thank you so much for the resub, man. What's up? Ultras, I will show you the things I was showing to Meowser, Yoda, and Subaru. Also Victor, I'm not sure if Victor has seen those things before. But yeah, man, I got a new 3DS that I have been playing Mario Kart 7. And it's funny because I was very tired, or like I kind of gave up on Mario Kart after being so bad in the game. But I'm now like accepting that I'm bad, if that makes any sense. I'm like, okay, I know that I'm bad, so I won't like create expectations on winning the races and stuff, and I'm having fun because of that. And then in the very few occasions where I can actually win or get to a very good position in the on the multiplayer, I feel great. Like today I got a first place, so that was amazing. But I'm enjoying Mario Kart 7 again. I also have been playing Super Mario 3D Land. I'm playing the special levels of that game, like the last levels. I also decided to go back to Mario Golf for Game Boy Color. Have you guys ever tried to play the Mario Golf for Game Boy Color? It's hard AF. But also for the first time, I managed to get to a new course, which was a desert course. And I think it's the probably third to last course. So after it, I may have two more, I think. So I will keep on trying to progress on that game. I'm also playing Pushmo. It's an indie game. It's like a puzzle indie game. And recently I learned that there is a Pushmo game for the Wii U that I had no idea. It's called Pushmo World. Pushmo is very simple but very fun, so highly recommended. And unfortunately, there was one problem on this change of 3DS that I have done. One of my cartridges is not working, and sadly, it is Smash Brothers. Yes, I can't play my Smash Brothers for the 3DS because I don't know what's happening to it. The 3DS can't read it. I tried buying something that I also had no idea of its existence before. I tried buying a circuit cleaner. It is like there are some products that are safe for you to use them on electronics, and this was like the first time I was introduced to such products. One of them is an alcohol. It's like isopropyl alcohol, or like isopropylic alcohol. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right in English. I hope I am. But there is an alcohol for that. And also there is this one circuits cleaner that it's a mix of many different oil compounds. Like it's a mix of very organic liquids. And I tried it on my Smash Brothers cartridge, and then I tried rubbing it with I forgot how I forgot how is this called in English, but it's like a cotton something, I won't remember. I won't remember it. Is it called Q-tip? Maybe it is called Q-tip because I saw some people referring to it as a Q-tip. For some reason, it could be called as a Q-tip. Who knows why? But the other name, I think it's cotton something, cotton swab, something like that. Not sure if that's the real or the correct name or the correct word. Anyway, I tried using that too, rubbing the cartridge and the contacts. It didn't work, so I kind of gave up on that. And in the future, I'll see if I can get a new cartridge for the Smash Brothers. Are you eating some pizza, Ultras? What's the topping for your pizza? I need to go back to pizza baking because the last one I baked has been like 2 months ago or maybe 3, because there was that place in my hometown that I told you before that they kind of have this different thing of like they give you a bottle of tomato sauce, of hot tomato sauce, and fresh as well. It's their own product. And then you kind of dip it on top of your pizza. So basically, the pizzas you get are without the tomato sauce, but you kind of dip it on top of everything. It sounds weird, I know, but because their tomato sauce is delicious, it does work. Or at least it's not as bad as it may sound. So basically you get like a dry pizza with its toppings and then you drop the tomato sauce on top of it. But it's good. So I kind of made my parents addicted to that. And thanks to it, I stopped buying, not buying, I stopped baking my own pizzas. And then we were buying those pizzas a lot. Same, I wish Switch had teams like the 3DS. I know, right? Another thing that I'm loving to remember as well. The freaking soundtrack of the 3DS features. Guys, it's so good. Like the eShop music, especially the oldest one, like the one of the first ones. I think it's called eShop Music of 2011. Yeah, 2011 eShop's theme for the 3DS. Once I kind of remembered and heard that song again, I was like, I will never forget this song anymore. And thank goodness it is on YouTube. I can listen to that forever. It is like the sound of my, not childhood, but let's say beginning of adult's life when I bought my 3DS for the first time. It is such a nostalgic song and it's so relaxing. Now that I'm thinking about it, it gives me some vibes of the Wii as well. Even though I haven't had a Nintendo Wii, every time I played the Nintendo Wii in my life, there was some chill vibes to it. I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but if there is a console that was very chill, it's the Wii in my opinion. And maybe it's because of the charming graphics, maybe it's because of the charming games, especially Wii Sports Resorts. So that song for the 3DS shop makes me remember Wii Sports Resorts and then I feel like super peaceful. But not only that, even the settings options, music is beautiful. So I heard that the Switch, even though I haven't played or checked or I haven't seen a Switch in my life, but I will once my friend is back from his trip. I have a friend that has a Switch, and we'll be meeting up in some weeks, and then I hope I can play his Switch. But I heard that the Switch doesn't have this idea, right? It doesn't have teams or like it doesn't have maybe a lot of customization besides maybe your avatar. You know, the 3DS has this magic to it that I wish it could continue, especially the Street Pass. The Street Pass was so fun. Simple but fun. Let me see Ultra's picture. Although this may cause some problems, like it may make the stream a little bit slower, so be patient. But let me open the browser to see his picture. Thankfully, I'm not hungry yet, so I don't think this food talk will make me hungry. I ate spaghetti today, and I kinda ate it a little bit late, so maybe that's why I'm not hungry. I also had some passion fruit juice. If I have to guess, I would say this pizza of Ultras would be a mushroom pizza, because he loves mushroom pizza. Which is something that I still need to try, by the way. I never had mushroom pizza. I hope the stream is alright. I'm trying to check the browser. It's taking some time. Oh, wait. Is that a mozzarella pizza? Mozzarella with some herbs? Okay, what is that pizza, Ultras? But the crust looks amazing. Yeah, it looks very good, man. But I'm guessing it's a cheese pizza? Or am I missing something? Because the red will be the tomato sauce, right? Yoda is bad at racing games too. I am bad at racing games and fighting games. Maybe the best fighting game that I can play is Smash Brothers, but like if I'm playing against like a very good player, I'm totally going to be trashed. Racing games, I'm bad at racing games as well in general. But regarding Mario Kart, what happened to me in my life was that the more Mario Karts are released, the worse I get. So like I used it to not be this bad. But today when I try to play against the players, I suck. So I don't know what's going on. But at least now that I'm accepting that I'm bad, I'm having more fun. Or I'm having... By the way, this chat died, right? I just noticed that the chat down here died, but I can still read you on my screen. I didn't even know there was a Mario Golf on Game Boy Color. I wonder if that was the first. Because I don't remember a Mario Golf for like Super Nintendo or even for the NES, right? So if I had to guess, I would say that could have been the first. Oh, never mind. Maybe for the Nintendo 64. Yeah, maybe the Nintendo 64 got the first Mario Golf. Because the Game Boy Color and the Nintendo 64 were around the same time, right? Homemade pizza is awesome. It is better than like buying pizzas from places, in my opinion. My pizza is better than like a pizza I could buy in here. But it's more a matter of like being lazy, right? Or not having the ingredients, or even not having the time sometimes to bake your own pizza. By the way, I got an amazing Christmas present. What did you get? A Korg wave station? That sounds synth. Is it a synthesizer? Because I love myself some synths. It is! There we go! Okay, that was the best Christmas present, Victor. A cool synth from the early 90s. It is fantastic for loops and evolving pad sounds of that era. I want some previews of that. Like if you work on a cover that has it, let me know and send it to me, man. I can't wait for Mario Kart 9. I heard that they are starting to develop it. I mean, I actually should have watched the video. I haven't watched the video yet, so like to get more information. But I got some videos on my YouTube feed talking about that topic. It seems there are rumors starting to be spreaded about Mario Kart 9 already. And in case they have a Mario Kart 9, oh yes, I'm getting some memories from the like thumbnails and stuff. I think they were saying that they are going to come with a new mechanic, like a surprising new mechanic for Mario Kart 9. I mean, they do that every time, right? In every game there is a new twist. In Mario Kart 7 it was being able to go underwater and gliding. In 8 it was the anti-gravity thing. But then I have no idea what would they create now. If I have to like ask for something, I would love for us to have more characters from other franchises, like more crossovers, more levels from other franchises as well. Imagine a Pokemon Mario Kart racing track. I would love that so much. But a new mechanic, I wonder what could they be creating right now. What if they could get some ideas from Diddy Kong Racing? Do you guys remember Diddy Kong Racing? What if they could create some sort of, I don't know, airplane um, races as well, you know? Not just the gliding thing, but really a whole race happening in the sky or something like that. But sometimes you want that greasy, lower quality pizza from a somewhat sleazy pizza place. I will say, Victor, that that occasion is better when you are with your friends, maybe. Like when everybody is hanging out in your place. I think I would go for that option on those situations. I don't know, when I'm by my own or like when I'm with my family, I would rather not go for the greasy pizza. But you know, when you're having like a sleepover or like when you're watching movies with your friends or playing games, greasy pizza fits that situation better in my opinion. Or maybe when you're watching a concert on TV or like the Olympic Games or some sort of sport, that's a good moment for that. I don't have that synth set up for recording stuff yet. Have you worked more on your kind of video game-ish creation? Have you worked more on that? I'm pretty sure I tried one of those options and then they killed me. Yes, Gabriel is actually picking Yank. I think Yank killed us. Or has it not? I'm going for it, but maybe this is the one that kills us after we fall from um, the bars. The loose bars. Yes, I knew one of those would kill me. Mario Kart Wii was when they introduced the bikes, and then the one on the GameCube, it was the one with double. Oh wait, they could go back to that, right? We should have double racers in the cars again, right? Maybe the only one that haven't had any upgrades were... No, never mind. Mario Kart DS. If you consider the bottom screen as a map, I guess that counts as an upgrade. But maybe the only one that haven't had any upgrade was the Super Circuit for the GBA. I actually used to have that one. Or it could be an open world mechanic. That sounds good. I do like that idea. Actually, Didcom Racing had a... is it called a hub world in English? I'm not sure, but it had that overworld maybe. Overworld? It had a big world where the levels could be located, right? What is the word for that? It's just like Mario 64. Like Mario 64 has Peach's Castle, that is the like the portal to everybody or to every location. You need to figure out how to make it fit in your little studio space, man. I have been cleaning and organizing my apartment for since I returned, and then I will be taking more and more days to continue that. There are items in here that I have no idea where I'm stocking them. So I'll need to either be creative or I don't know, find some empty spaces as well because especially the utensils, like the kitchen utensils, I have no idea where to like keep them organized. But I'm doing this cleaning little by little. Like every day I work on something. Today I was washing the dishes, washing the toilet, and what else have I done today? I would say that the biggest goals were those two, and then I was also cooking and um, some bathing and playing games. Yesterday I was cleaning some of my books, but I still need to work on that shelf right there. Maybe I will work on it this week. But I was working on the other books that are not on the shelf. I should get some more organizers as well. Gabriel, what did you get for dinner, man? Ultros is having some delicious pizza. He hasn't told me like what was his pizza like topping, but it looked like cheese. I haven't, but I will try to get back into it this week. You have been too busy lately. I have been kind of busy too, but mostly thanks to my apartment organization and everything. Oh, by the way, I said before No, it was after the new year actually, now that I'm thinking about. I said that one of my resolutions of this year is to work out and exercise more, right? Like work on my physical conditions. So, one of these days, it was a beautiful sunny day out here in my apartment city, and I decided to go to the museum by walking there or by foot. I was not expecting to feel trashed on the next day. Like I used to take some walks when I was in my hometown, at least once a week, and maybe that was one of the reasons why I had the anxiety crisis in December, because maybe that was not enough sunbathing for me. And then, but it was a mix of things. It was not just vitamin D levels. I'm pretty sure it was a lot of things together. It was lack of exercise, it was vitamin D, it was probably other vitamins and nutrients as well, like melatonin. It was probably my mental health too. Like in the last days, I felt that my mental health was not very good. So it was a mix of things. But I was not feeling too tired, or like my muscles were working okay when I was taking those walks. But in my first walking here, my knee, like my knee got super tired, super hurt. And then I was like, dude, I feel old now, because when you start feeling your knee like getting ache, it's like a sign of aging, right? So yes, I'm like with my legs kind of tired after that walk, but I will go back there for sure this week because I need to work out and exercise more. So I will do it again. In the space between working on my home or like cleaning my house is the workout for the day. Oh, you're having a burger? Did you order it or did you do it yourself? I was happy to see that Burger King in here, in my city, has the same deal they had in my hometown, because I was concerned about that. Before I traveled to my hometown, like in the beginning of 2020, I don't remember seeing this deal on Burger King in here. Like it's a deal for buying four burgers for 32 reais, which is something close to $6 and something. I remember only finding that deal in my hometown, and then I checked it here. Thank goodness they have it in here. You wait until it's a bit warmer in there, then you will start going for long walks and stuff again. I bought a rope, a jumping rope. I don't know if I will have space to work out in my apartment, but I think I can manage it, especially if I go to my living room and like move the table right, or like out of space or out of the center. But then the rope is in my hometown, and then my parents will bring it to me when they're going for that trip that I mentioned. But I will try doing that, Victor. I will try jumping rope because it's cheap. You can do it in a somewhat uh, short location, so I hope that my apartment will be enough for me to be doing it. And from the videos I have been checking about jumping rope, it works on your whole body. So like it's a very complete, or it does more than what you would imagine for your body in a simple exercise like that. But not only that, I also bought a yoga mat. Am I going for yoga? Not really. I'm not saying that I wouldn't try it because I do have some curiosity, but that was not the initial plan. And that yoga mat, I have been using it to sunbathe. Like I placed it on the balcony, and then it's been much more comfortable laying on it than on towels, because before I was laying on a towel. But then I'm also thinking about doing some stretches and some few and simple exercises that I still need to go after on YouTube to see if they will help my physical condition, right? The only one that I have been doing more regularly so far are neck and shoulder exercises, because when I was feeling anxious and having the insomnia, I noticed that it's a lot on this region. Like my my breathing gets heavy, or it feels heavy because of my neck feeling anxious and feeling uncomfortable. So I thought that if I start working out and exercising this area, maybe I won't feel that uncomfortable under a crisis, you know? And maybe one of the reasons why I feel so uncomfortable is because I don't have strong muscles in here, or I don't do anything about this area. So I started doing some exercises. I need to actually do them more. I was doing them more in my hometown. I need to get used to work those muscles more in here in my apartment. But I learned, or like I know the video to go in order to do those exercises. And they are very simple. It's basically some sort of stretching that the way you kind of strengthen those muscles, the neck muscles, is kind of funny because you kind of need to like put your hand in your head in different directions. For example, like this, and then to not like hurt your neck, but to strengthen the muscle, you need to try making strength or forcing your head on the direction opposite to the hand, like this. But you can't see anything, right? You can't see my hand or my head moving, but they are having opposite direction forces. And then by doing this, I'm working out, wait, these muscles on this side, and then I change, wait, like this, and then now it's in here. And then later you can do on your forehead, and then also there is other exercises too for the shoulders as well. But I was surprised that in order for you to exercise your neck muscles, you just need to force your head on the opposite direction of a hand, you know, like this. Because by doing it this way, you won't be really hurting your neck that much. You'll be only forcing the specific muscles that matter, basically. It's something around those lines. Go look for a professional video, because I'm not like a professional on this. I'm a beginner. But I was surprised about this exercise. Oh, you ordered from a local place? Was it like a homemade burger, or would you call it a podrão? Podrão is like the Portuguese word for, let's say, greasy. Remember the greasy pizza that Victor was saying? Yeah, the Portuguese for that regarding burgers, also pizzas, but especially burgers, is podrão. It's like the greasy, full of things, but delicious and tasty, but like cholesterol and fats everywhere. Yeah, I wonder if that's the one that Gabriel got. You hate those ropes, so you have tried them before? You know something that I like about them though? I love the sound. I know it sounds crazy, but the sound of the wind getting cut by the rope, I like that sound. I cannot explain why. It is out of my comprehension, but I like the sound of wind getting cut by a rope. It's a very specific sound. I haven't eaten one like that for a while, me neither. Actually, even the Burger King burgers, I think I don't remember eating them in December. So maybe in November was the last time I got burgers, or I ate burgers. But I agree, if you're eating pizza, you need to accept the cholesterol, no veggie pizzas. Uh, I cannot agree with that for like 100% because there is a veggie pizza that I love. I freaking love margarita pizza. Is it completely healthy? It's not, because the cheese will be there for some grease. But also, I love it with olive oil, so I will be adding some olive oil on it as well and then making it extra greasy. But no, margarita pizza is very good. I know it's simple or too simple, or like maybe some people will say, but there is nothing on it, like tomato and basil, what the heck? But I love the freaking margarita pizza. Yeah, I noticed that the chat died here. It was earlier today when my computer got. Um, actually, it is still working a lot, but it was worse. And then the chat on stream, like on my screen actually, continued working, but this one died. Oh wait, that was a margarita pizza, Ultras? I was thinking that was a mozzarella pizza with some herbs. Wait, but your tomatoes were the sauce then, right? Because I do not remember seeing any tomatoes in there. Maybe you were like going for a strong tomato sauce in there? Margarita isn't a veggie pizza because of the cheese then, right? Just because of the cheese. Otherwise, it is kind of vegetarian. You were talking about the arugula pizza. Do you mean sun-dried tomatoes and arugula? In my opinion, the sun-dried tomatoes and arugula pizza is a lot like margarita. Because, first of all, both have tomatoes. Even though they are different, the idea is in there. And the herbs are there too, like one is arugula, the other one is basil. I prefer like 100% times more uh, margarita, but I also don't think it is that bad, like the arugula and sun-dried tomatoes pizza. My biggest problem on that actually are the sun-dried tomatoes. I'm not a big fan of them, or like I don't like them that much. Arugula I like. I actually have arugula here in my home. I was eating it with some rice during this week. But yes, I wouldn't order that pizza myself. Like the arugula sun-dried tomatoes, I wouldn't. I could eat it, but it's not my preference, it's not my favorite. Which is basically a dry salad on bread. Uh, But I understand some people liking it. Like, if you like the sun-dried tomatoes, I think it is going to work for you. It's just that the sun-dried tomatoes are somewhat too savory for me, that I'm not a big fan of those. By the way, Outros, I was mentioning earlier that I had something to show you that I was showing the others. Many times before I talked about this, but I don't remember if I showed you before. The sweet potato paste. I'm taking a break from guava paste, so now I'm eating this one instead. It's very good. Yeah, the sweet potato paste. And this is maybe something you should go after, Ultras, because I know you can find this in the US at least. Maybe you can also find this in Canada. I also mentioned this many times before, but now I have it. It is the cheese bread mix. Look at those right there. Yeah, I know for sure you can find this mix in other countries. The hardest thing to find is the yuca starch. I believe that's how it's called in English, I think. No, it's actually called. Oh, yeah, it's basically the same. Tapioca starch. Like yuca, tapioca, and manioc are the same thing basically. Yeah, the tapioca starch is probably the hardest thing for you to find in other countries, but this mix has it in there already. So you just need to add some margarine or butter, eggs, and milk, and then you have the dough, and then you shape them in balls like those, and then you bake them. Even in here, it is somewhat hard for you to get that ingredient because it is a very specific starch. It is like this starch is the only one that will make this recipe to work. And then you can go to the supermarket or to the grocery store and they won't have that one starch. The same goes for kipe. Kipe is like my favorite. Um, how is that called? Middle Eastern, right? My favorite Middle Eastern dish or Lebanese dish. And it uses a very specific starch as well. That if you don't have it, it's not going to work. We tried peering before and then we saw that it was dirty, right? Let's try carrying the bucket. And then the bow is the dog's bow. And then we found an exit. Victor, are you still there? I have something to tell you that in case I knew that before, I totally forgot that I knew that before. So I wanna tell you a fun fact about Pokemon. Because when I heard that again, I couldn't remember hearing about it before. The bars are here, I can use the bucket to get closer to them. And then we went for a yank, and then we died, so we are going to use pry now. And then in here... Oh, Victor, have you ever noticed that the shape of Goldenrod Gym is like a Clefairy? Both in the original, in Pokemon Crystal, but also in the remake, in Heart Gold Soul Silver. Which, by the way, I have been playing in the remake because when I bought that 3DS XL, the guy also sold some cartridges, even though the one he gave me is a fake cartridge for Heart Gold. It kind of works, but it started freezing. Like sometimes I make some progression and then it freezes. As it's been happening more often now than before, I'm kind of taking a break on my progression on Heart Gold. Maybe when I'm more patient, I'll go back to it. But yes, both in the original or in Heart Gold, Goldenrod City's gym is shaped like a Clefairy. I'm not joking. If you look from like a top view of like the puzzle, it is a Clefairy. Especially in the original. And then when I saw that, I was like, are you cheating me? But maybe there is a small chance I knew that before and I forgot. But I was recently mind blown by that information because I completely forgot that was a thing. So look on Google, Victor, because my phone has died, so I can't do that now. It is a Clefairy. It's amazing. And I was watching, or the video that I was watching that showed me that picture was actually a video where the guy was ranking the gyms and making the question of like, which Pokemon gym is the closest to a real life gym, or like which gym would you be able to exercise, to work out safely in the Pokemon world. And he went through all of the gyms and like giving them stars and points. I'm trying to remember which one was the number one, but like in the top gyms there were, although you won't know those gyms, right, Victor, because you only played the top two Crystal, Yeah, in Gem 3 there is Dilford Gym. It is a fighting gym, and they have actually like uh, equipment, like working out equipment in the gym. So that's like a very good fitting gym to be a gym. They also listed in Gen 6 Kalos the fighting gym in there as well, which is from Shalor, because it's like a big skating or rollerblading uh, course. It's pretty much a park, right? A skating park. So it's very good for you to work out in there and exercise. They also gave some high ranks for another fighting gym of Gen 4, Diamond Pearl, which was Mei Lin's gym, or like the gym in Vilestone, because it was like a boxing ring, so you had many sandbags to like be working out and things. They also gave like amazing points for the gyms in Gen 8, which were the current generation, right? Which were the Galar gyms, because they are all spacious and like they look like a soccer stadium or football stadium, and then there is a lot of area for people to exercise, play sports, and work out. There, I remember some of the like not qualified gyms for people to work out at all. For example, Claire's gym in Gold Silver Crystal, because there is lava and then lava will kill you. It's too dangerous. Don't go exercising there. Also, the many electric type gyms as well, like the one in Gen 1, even like Lieutenant Surge gym, because there is like electricity that could zap you. But then in Gen 3 as well, with like Malville's gym, there is also electricity. Also in Gen 4 with Sunny Shore's gym. Anyway, that was the video I was watching, and then when he was talking about Goldenrod's gym, they showed me a picture of the Clefairy. I was like, are you kidding me? I have been playing Gold a bit lately. I was playing Heart Gold too. My team in there was a team that I asked my friends to pick the Pokemon for me, and let me see if I can remember them. My team is like Sudowoodo, Ambipom because my Apon evolved, Yamega because my Yama evolved. I have a Miss Drivas. I also have a Fortress, and the last Pokemon in there was a Sunflora. Yes, and I gotta tell you, Victor, I don't know if you have gotten back to the national park or if you have been trying to win the bug catching contest. I wish you the best of luck, because the bug catching contest sucks. You may get like a fantastic Pokemon in there, and then the winner will be a level 18 Caterpie, and then who cares for your Scyther, you know? It seems that the bug catching contest has a lot of RNG involved. Of course, like the rarity, the levels, and some other factors matter for the results, but they are not decisive. So I struggled so much to win that freaking bug catching contest, all because I had to get a Sunstone to evolve my Sunkern into a Sunflora. Dude, it was so bad, but it finally happened. And I'm done with that. I'm never playing the bug catching contest again. It is rigged, man. It is very rigged. And then you see like, oh, Metapod is winning this round. Next round, I'm going to capture a Metapod and win. And then no. And then on the next round, the Pinsir wins. Okay, Pinsir and Scyther, let's get them. And then the Beedrill wins. Beedrill, okay, I'll get them. And then Caterpie wins. So I'm like, what is the condition for this? It is RNG, basically. But yeah, my team right now is that. I really asked for some unused, unusual, and rare, different, and wacky Pokemon. I'm actually having a lot of fun. I'm loving Ambipom. Miss Drivas is amazing too, because Miss Drivas has 3 immunities. Normal, fighting, and ground because of Levitate. So Miss Rivers was a big surprise. In case I can find a Dusk Stone somewhere in the game, I will evolve it into Miss Magius. I don't remember if I tried this option before. I will climb the Rex. Let's go down. Okay, it's safe. Search in the crates. I think we read the label before, but I think it just says like food. Oh no, it says innocent. It's going to be the monster, I think. Victor is saying that he has played Gen 3, but he doesn't know it very well since it was the one he got bored with. I actually got Pokemon Omega Ruby together with the 3DS, and it's going to be my first time playing that remake. But I'm saving it for after the Heart Gold playthrough. We will have Pokemon streams in here. I hope we can play our first Nuzlocke. I believe that's going to be the way I'm playing it. Or a randomizer, but I would rather go for a Nuzlocke. Oh, by the way, there is this one indie game. I think I mentioned it before, but I want to believe that Victor will like this game. So I'm going to mention this again. There is a game, and I also think it is a Brazilian game, by the way. I believe I saw something like about the developer, and I think it was a Brazilian person. There is a game called Wirewalk, and it is an indie game. But the best about that game are the graphics and also the soundtrack, because it looks like Link's Awakening. And I know Victor loves Zelda Link's Awakening. If that's not like his favorite Zelda, it's probably one of his favorites. It is also one of my favorites. So Victor, look up on Wirewalk, like for a trailer or on Steam, because that game is like a rip-off of Link's Awakening. Of course with different characters, with a different plot, with a different universe, but the sound effects, the visuals, everything screams Link's Awakening. Everything. It is an adventure game too, so you see like the dungeons and the bosses and the fights. That game is coming to this channel someday, because it really felt very charming to me, as it's like a rip-off of Link's Awakening. So that's my game recommendation, especially for Victor. But speaking of Pokemon, I saw on Facebook someone selling a Charmeleon. I love how my brain was remembering. I don't know if it was Pokemon Stadium or... No, probably it was not Pokemon Stadium. I haven't played Pokemon Stadium that much. Probably it was like Pokemon Battle Revolution or something. Yes, it was definitely Pokemon Battle Revolution. When the narrator or the announcer is like talking and saying about... Wait, when he's talking about the battles, and then the Charmeleon is in the battle, he's like, Charmeleon! I just remembered his voice now. He was selling a Charmeleon card for like $200. Have you seen some crazy shit happening to... how is his name again? Oh my god. Yes, now that I want to share the information, I can't remember his name, but he's like one of the most famous YouTubers, mostly famous for polemic things. Jake Paul? I think his name is Jake Paul. Yes, I believe that's his name. That guy is somewhat crazy or aficionado for Pokemon cards. And this week he bought or he ordered on eBay like a whole pack of Pokemon cards for a crazy shit tons of dollars, like more than $1 million, I think. And everybody's kind of saying that the cards he got are fake. So there was that whole situation, and it seems that he actually bought again. Like he bought another set of Pokemon cards, maybe now hoping they will be original. But yes, I remember seeing those news of like Jake Paul being like kind of fooled by someone selling fake Pokemon cards. And then he paid like a crazy amount of money. I can't remember the amount right now, but it was like million something. But then $200 for a Charmeleon, I wonder why. Like, isn't Charizard the rare card? Why Charmeleon now? Okay, we died. Yeah, this happened before. I have two of that very card from when you were a kid, so you had to double check that it was the right card and check the value of it. It is worth like $2 or something. Yeah, the Charizard is the rare card, not the Charmeleon, not that I'm aware. But after that, I have been seeing so many cards for sale on Facebook, and a surprising amount of people selling cards that they claim that are from the 1995. I think that my rarest card is the Shining Gyarados. You know what? I'm going to get it. I do think it is in here. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. And good news, my other phone is recharged, so I have my phone back. So we are going to have a little Pokemon talking here, so actually let me change the camera. There we go. You guys may remember now the rest of the apartment or my room. I managed to get the box for the what, not the one up mushroom, but the super mushroom, and it had a Mario face, so it's right there. The mushroom is right there, right behind me. Wait, there, here, next to the question mark block. Anyway, I got my cards in here, but I also got. Oh no, it's getting dirty. I need to be careful about this because this is something that I have a plan for the future, so I need to take good care of it. But those that are old on this channel may remember this. My Pokemon X and Y Pokédex poster. This big poster used to be there on the wall, right on the empty area that you can see right now. But unfortunately, the duct tape was never enough to keep it glued in there. So eventually I gave up and I removed it. But I was even talking to my dad in the days he wasn't here. My dad stayed with me up to Friday because also he was working in the university. Um, that I have some plans. Oh, by the way, you can even see the duct tape on the back still. You see right there, you have the marks. I will try folding that poster later. I was telling him that I have some plans on framing it, and I want to put it back right there, but now with a frame, because the freaking duct tape didn't work that much. So in the future, I do plan and hope that I will have that poster with a big frame, and that's going to be my first time framing something actually. I hope that it works and it's not too expensive. And then I want to hang it in there on the wall again. Maybe I will get rid of the paper crafts in the future. I'm not sure, especially those right there because they are very dirty. You can't see, but they are all dusty. I will try to clean them too as I'm cleaning everything in this apartment. One day I will get to it, but I don't know if I'll keep them. But I do want to have this poster framed. Maybe there are better posters out there for sure, but that poster is special to me for many reasons. First, actually I can show you now because my 3DS is back. In case you don't know, I will show you how many hours I have played on my Pokemon Y, which by the way, thank goodness it's still working, because my Smash Brothers cartridge stopped working, but my Pokemon Y continue working, so I appreciate at least that. I will show you how many hours I have played my Pokemon Y. And I will go back on the chat in a minute. I hope you guys can see it. There we go, Pokemon Y. Can you see how many hours I have played that? It is the first number on this list. It is 3,153 and 18 minutes. You guys know that we are on this channel a slow video gamer, right? I'm a slow gamer. Everything that I touch, it goes on slow mode, right? What about this? Have we ever got to a game where we played 3,000 hours, 3,153 hours before? And some people were like, oh my god, you spent 200 hours plus on Tales of Symphonia or like on Digimon World and stuff? What about 3,100? Yes, I freaking played 3,100. I made the calculations, by the way. This means that I spent a whole month of my life playing this game. Because I was doing the math. It is a month. A whole month only playing this game. So I love Pokemon Y. Because especially of its multiplayer. That's how I played I played so many hours of it. The multiplayer was so fun, so great. And that game is special to me. So even though that poster is like, I don't know, maybe not that beautiful or anything like that, I do have some memories or good memories of this generation. I also have some memories of like getting that poster because it was one of the few times that I won a poll, like a real life poll. It was like a raffle actually. I remember everybody had to like pay for $5 or something. And then one person will get the official Pokédex book, and then that book came with that poster. So that poster gives me some good memories, and I want it in my room. Also because, let's be honest in here, it is one of the few posters that I have, so it's not that I have a lot of options. I could buy some portraits later, or maybe some frames later, some like pre-made posters and stuff. I could. I also have seen them online, and they are actually not too expensive. But I do have some memories of this one, so that's why I want to put it on my wall. Anyway, that aside, let me catch up with the chat, and then I will go back to the cards talk. But then I need to see if my computer will work with me for this. Okay, now go back. There we go. Interesting. I will check it out if I remember too. What did you say it was called? Wire Walk. Yes, Wire Walk. Definitely look for it up on YouTube. Also on Steam. It is on Steam. That's where we can play it. You see that I'm not joking when I say it's a lot like Link's Awakening, because the person got like the graphical, visual inspirations and also soundtrack inspirations from the game. It must have happened. Rarity has nothing to do with that. It depends on press number, edition, age, and quantity. Yes, but a Charmeleon? Is it that, like, precious? And popularity is still like a Charmeleon. Even in the evolution range, like from Charmander to Charizard, Charmeleon is the lowest one in popularity, in my opinion. Charmander is better than Charmeleon, and Charizard is the best. Although I'm hashtag Team Blastoise. You can even see my Blastoise. Wait, here, right here, there he is. So a dumb Pokemon could have extreme value. Yes, depending on the... Yeah, depending on everything you guys said. But I don't think that popularity matters in there. For example, a dumb sparse card may not be that expensive, I would guess. But let's say a Togepi card could be better than that. Like, could have more value because everybody kind of loves Togepi. Something around those lines. But in case of popularity, it's something that it's added, not exclusive or that affects too much rarity. A Pikachu may be popular, but it's the Pikachu card where it's taking a shit that it's rare. I miss when we used to get cards for like watching the movies on the movies and stuff, or like getting those promotional things from Pokemon. Now you make me wonder, where is the Digimon World Map? It is in here somewhere. I found it. This is the Digimon World Map that I drew, right? I don't know if you can read it, but and then there is an annex, the third page, with more locations. Man, and then I have a table in here, a table chart of like the food of Digimon, and then what were the benefits. And then is this the, yeah, this is the side quest list. So much to do in Digimon, right? That's why it took us forever. That should be turned into a picture. You want me to frame that? Cool, I used to have a poster like that from Gen 1. Oh! Wait, I brought the stickers. Where did I put them though? Give me a second, I will try to find the stickers, but where did I... I have no idea where I put them. Okay, I won't go after them, but I also brought the stickers from Gen 1, like the Pokemon sticker album. I also have them in here now. Sadly, you got it lost many years ago. Do you guys have any posters today that we still have? It can be either, I don't know, stocked somewhere, or do you have it hanged somewhere? Charmeleon ain't valuable. Charizard is, but not the other ones. Possibly if it's holo or first edition base set, yes. That is huge, yeah man, that was huge. Somewhere I also may have the Tales of Symphonia side quest list if you want. Those lists are all rare because there is only one in the world. Maybe I should consider selling them on eBay. Are you starting your Digimon World playthrough? Check this world map, right, to help you out. I was saying that the Shining Gyarados was my rarest card, but the first card that I got from my pack is a Gyarados, but it's not this one. But this is the first edition Gyarados, right? Maybe it is somewhat valuable, I just have no idea. Do you have a favorite Pokemon, Victor and also Gabriel? My favorite Pokemon is Absol. You can see him somewhere on my shelf. Wait, he's there, right? At the end of the evolutions. He's not one, but he's in there in the group. Yes, where is my Gyarados? Do you guys remember this Machamp? A favorite Pokemon? That's hard. I also have a least favorite Pokemon. It's Zebstrika from Gen 5. The reason is because I hate his cry. Every time I hear its cry, it's like going to the dentist. So that's the reason why. It's a cool design, but the cry makes me having nightmares. Where is my freaking Gyarados? By the way, these are some of the few dark energy and Pokemon that I have, even though that's my favorite Pokemon type. And this is also one of my few steel cards, because those are more recent cards, or like decks. So they showed up when I stopped buying those cards. I have a matchup like that too. Mine is kind of old. Maybe you couldn't see that it was a bit worn, or like, not worn, what's the word? It was old. But And because of its state, I don't think I would be able to sell it for a high price. But it is from the first generation and like first collections. Oh my god! Ah! Who remembers this? I was just saying that I miss when we got those promotional cards from the movies and stuff. This is a classic right here. It even has the stamp, right? And then I also have the other Dragonite. Man, he looks beautiful on the screen. Yours is also from 1999? Joltik is great. Joltik is cool. Jolteon not so much in game. Oh, your both favorite Pokemon are Jolteon and Joltik? Two electric types that even have like a close name to each other? Man, I'm starting to get worried. Like, where? Oh, I found Lieutenant Surge Jolteon in here. Sabri is saying. Sabri is saying that this Dragonite is weak against frying pans. I understood your reference right there, Sabri. Very good one. Yeah, this Dragonite is weak against frying pans. But was it a frying pan? I could swear it was a net in the movie, right? Was it a frying pan that Jesse was using? Yeah, this is like my one and only Steel Energy card. And this was like a donation. I think a friend of mine gave it to me because I said that I didn't have any. Oh yeah, have I showed you my special and only fake cards? Like, have you ever seen a holographical energy card? Yeah, this is fake AF. I remember that I bought it in my parents' hometown, which is the place where they're traveling 20 days. They're traveling to the Northeast. And then I was like hanging in the shopping mall in there, and then, oh look, they are selling Pokemon cards. I want, and then they were all fake. Where the heck is my Shining Gyarados? Is it in one of my decks? Because it is not on my extra cards. Maybe it is in one of my decks. Oh yeah, this is my Pokemon card box. This is one of the things that I cried the most as a kid for my parents to buy. I still remember the location, the day that I got this. It was in a computer business place, when you go. It was like a computer shopping mall. It was not an info shopping mall. Info Plaza, maybe? I don't know. It was super far as well, like in Rio. It was in a very far away neighborhood. As my parents went there to like buy some electronics and like things for computers, out of nowhere I saw they selling this in there. And then I was like, this is a complete set. It has the coins, it has the board to play, it has a whole deck. I cried and cried and cried, and then I finally got it. It is probably in here then. Oh, another classic. This used to be one of the best OG cards, right? I also have a card in German. I don't remember where I got it, but I also have some couple cards that are in German. Sabur thinks that in the movie it was a frying pan. Maybe it was a frying pan. I can't. Oh, there he is! I found my Gyarados. The power didn't come from the frying pan. It was all Jesse. You have a fake Spearow. The font is completely different from every other card ever. Maybe everybody in life will have a fake Pokemon card, and that's good. Like, it means you are part of the group, right? Are you ready? I believe this is my rarest card. The Shining Gyarados. I still remember the day I got it out of nowhere from the booster pack. I love how in the... Can you see it? I'm not sure. I love how in the count on the bottom of it, it says card number 65 of 64. So this is completely extra. I believe I actually checked it once for its price, but of course maybe it is lower today than what I think. But this was something around $60, I guess. That's the number that clicks on my mind. Maybe it's different, maybe it's lower, and it's fine. But yes, this card right here, it is actually my favorite card, so I don't know if I would sell it, but I would say it's my rarest card. And maybe most valuable card too. The other one, yes. Do you want to compare? I have no coordination for this though. You see, I have no coordination, I can't. Maybe now? Do you have this one? Like the normal Gyarados? Yeah, it is a beautiful card, isn't it? I miss playing this. Someday I hope we can play the Game Boy Color game, especially the sequel. I have never played the sequel, but also it was not released in America or like in the West. But you can find a ROM that got translation to play it. It is like a $200 card, is it? I thought it was just $60. Is it $200? Yeah, that Shining Gyarados is like my childhood dream becoming reality. Like, I got a rare card? I will keep it, so maybe in some couple more months it turns into $400 because this gets more valuable than stocks, you know? It's the Pokemon stock market. But are you for real? Is it like $200 now? Because I remember it being 60. Which in my opinion is already a lot, by the way. Like $60 for a card is already huge. If it is getting to $200, man, $200 is like 1,000 reais, which is my currency. 1,000 reais for a card, man. I think I will start changing my mind a little bit, because if I can get that money, I can put it on investments, and then it's going to work for me. So according to the website you just looked at, an ungraded Shining Gyarados is around 200 USD. Holy shit. But then I'm in Brazil, how am I selling that? But that's great. I will consider that for sure, like, with more time, because I also have some... I'm still emotionally attached to that card. But maybe I should start getting this idea more settled, right? Let me see. There we go. Pretty darn cool, huh? I will also check the rest. But then I don't have a place to sell them in here, right? I have never sent anything like to other countries. So I don't know how does that happen or work. I have gotten things from other countries, but never tried sending things. Examine ourselves. We are a child. Examining our clothes, we got a blanket, right? Victor, did you have a Wii U? Because I was watching a video this week as well about the 28 games that are on Wii U, but they were not ported to the Switch. According to another website, it is almost $350. And then it's $500 if it is first edition. Dude, it is a lot. Now the situation is not really my will to not sell it. The situation is like, how am I going to do it? I have no idea how can I sell that. I have been to some couple card shops now that I'm thinking about it. Yes, here in my city, there used to be one card shop, but then I don't know if I can get there and come with this offer, and then I don't know if they would give me like a fair price for the card. You have only tried a Wii U twice, I think? Really? I don't know why I thought you would have a Wii U. Maybe a Wii then? But yeah, it seems that there are only 28 games, or at least like main games, that were still not ported for the Switch. And one surprising title was Xenoblade X, especially because Xenoblade is such a big franchise, and they were able to even get a remake of, or actually I should say remaster, right? A remaster of Xenoblade Chronicles, like the first one for the Switch. Why not also bring this one that I actually knew or learned that it was actually a spin-off? I didn't know that Xenoblade Chronicles X was a spin-off. I actually thought it was maybe a sequel or something. But why not get it too in there? But the game that they should bring to the Switch the most, in my opinion, is Nintendo Land. Yes, even though Nintendo Land will never be a Wii Sports Resort, which is like my favorite casual console party game, Nintendo Land was fun as well. But then, of course, there is the situation of like, how are we going to play the mini games without without using the monitor? Maybe it is possible. Like the Switch has its own monitor, right? It's on screen. It's just like a Wii U. But then the problem is that it won't be docked, so you can't like share the screen to the TV while you're playing it on handheld mode. But I want to believe it is doable. They could come up with some sort of adapter maybe. and then some other games that were not ported. Pushmo World, I was mentioning Pushmo a lot because it's like something that I'm playing on my 3DS right now. It's a very fun indie puzzle game, and then I learned it had a sequel. Pushmo World, Xenoblade Chronicles X, the Zelda, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, Star Fox Zero, I believe that's how it's called. The one Star Fox that everybody kinda hated. Paper Mario Color Splash as well, another Paper Mario that everybody kinda hated. There were some games that got sequels. For example, the Mario Tennis, and now you have a new Mario Tennis on the Switch. And then you have the Mario Kart as well. Smash Brothers as well, like we have Ultimate now. But in the end, there are only 28 games that are kinda not ported to the Switch. Oh yeah, there was Yoshi's Woolly World, but this one got a port for the 3DS. And there was also Kirby. There was a Kirby game that got ported too. And by the way, speaking on Kirby, the new Kirby looks amazing. Have you guys seen the trailers of it? Kirby and the Forgotten World or something? But the bad thing is that we died again. The bad thing is that I love the Kirby game, but it hurts me to pay a whole price for it. Like to pay for a full price game for Kirby, you know? It is not that it doesn't deserve it, but it's because it's too much money. And then it's probably going to be one of those games that I play once and never play anymore. But the new Kirby game looks very fun. Especially because they kind of showed us it's going to have some sort of multiplayer. Oh, Victor, but do you like Kirby? Because it's looking very great. It is not like fully open world, it kind of has some limitations. But it's looking like a very good adventure game. And also it has a city that will have mini games and extra things for you to do and probably side quests. It's looking so good. So this game right now is starting to feel like the previous mode we were playing, which was World. And that's the thing, like, it gets to a moment where no matter what I pick, I will die. I'm starting to feel it in here too, and this is annoying. And that's why I gave up on World previously. Because there is this one option that shows up, and then after it, everything will kill me. Something that I watched this week was that documentary about Harry Potter. I wonder if you guys watched it. I believe it is on HBO Max. And I believe it was out for some days already. Maybe in the beginning of the year they released it, but I only watched it this week. It's like the re-encounter of pretty much the rest of the cast of Harry Potter movies. And it was very good. It does make me feel like I kind of grew up with them, right? I grew up watching the movies and they helped me to actually go back to reading and start reading. That's actually something that I'm thinking more and more to do. Because I stopped reading now. Like I'm under a reading break, right? For a long time already. But this year I have been getting to the idea of going back to reading little by little. Maybe the reason why I feel lazy about going back to reading is because I kind of force myself to go through the whole book, you know? And then I'm like, if I start reading this, I must finish. And then this pressure feels heavy because like I know it's a long book, I know it's going to take a lot of time, a lot of effort, or I'm not sure if I will enjoy the book or the story and things. So those ideas they kind of make me give up on reading. But I'm trying to be more open-minded now. I'm like, okay, I will get this book and then I will read like 2 pages today, and then if I want to read more, I read more. If I don't want, I don't force myself to anything. And thinking about that with like small reading objectives or like step by step reading, I'm almost getting my books again, especially because most of them, like the majority of them, I haven't read yet, and see what happens. And the book that I'm thinking about the most about going back, believe it or not, is the Game of Thrones collection. Because I have only read up to book 2, the second book, and every freaking person says the third book is the best, but it's also the longest. And I still haven't spoiled myself on the TV show. For this purpose, to like give myself the chance to read the book first. Even though I know the series and the books will have different paths, I kinda wanted to read the books first. But I haven't. And now that idea is little by little returning to me. And also, maybe if I go back to reading, I may help my body to feel sleepy more easily instead of like, I don't know, watching videos on YouTube on my phone or using my phone actually because the freaking bright lights can be bad for my sleep. So if I could go back to reading, that would help me to sleep better for sure. So I will see. I will see if I can go back to reading. Also, another idea would be reading more of Haruki Murakami, which is my favorite writer. I do have an ebook, and then I would need to read it on my phone though. But I have an ebook of his that I still haven't read. I will skip the blanket this time. But then once I get to this option, it's where things go bad to me, right? If I check the door, the monster enters. If I check the keyhole... yeah, this one is death. The monster got us. Let me check something. Am I still not getting the progression? I'm not. So this was not a situation of only last stream. It seems it's repeating today. Speaking on movies, have you guys watched the last Spider-Man movie? I was also considering watching it too. Maybe this week I try to watch it. But then I kinda prioritized the Harry Potter movie. Another thing that I still gotta watch is the series called Wheel of Time. Everybody has been recommending it to me. But now that I returned here, I'll need to find it on the app that I have on my phone. Because when I was by my parents, it would have been much easier for me to watch it on TV. But in here, I'll need to see if I can find it on this one app. I believe it will be there. I just don't know if it's going to have quality, but I think it's going to be there. I also have been watching some financial courses, but they are very basic. It's because recently there was a big sale on two financial courses, online courses, and I kind of told all of my friends to get it because I do have many friends that they are not investors, or like they don't take good care of their money, or they don't save money or anything like that. So I kind of told all of them to like get the courses. They were only for 1 real, and they are normally courses that would cost 1,000 reais. So it was like a big sale. And as I recommended those courses to like everybody, I also should watch them myself to know what's going on those courses. So I finished the first course, and then I will start watching the second one too. There is even another course. When I was recommending those two to my friends, there is one that was for free, and my friend told me about it as I was also recommending him courses. And it is a course for like being more productive and organizing your own time. This one, I'm not sure if I will be able to watch it, especially because the deadline for you to check it is kind of getting close. But if I get, let's say, more excited about the course, I should try starting it this week as well. I just don't know also how long is it. The other one I know it's 6 hours long. Now that I'm thinking about it, this is probably going to be the first online course that I complete. At least like official course. It's not like just binging YouTube videos about something or about a topic. This is going to be the first online course that I finish. The bars are back in here. Oh, okay, I had to use the bucket. Carry the bucket. Breeze. Keyhole. Bucket. Right. I don't think we tried calling in the cellar. It sounds like a bad idea, but as I can't find any way out, what if there is an echo? A torch? Okay, this sounds new. No, this is not new. You know why I remembered that this is not new? It's because I was disappointed that after taking the torch, the visuals of the game were still the same. Yeah, sometimes this game has some extra visuals effects, and then I was expecting for one of them after getting the torch. There is a bottle. I tried running before. But hiding is also not helping me out. The racks are tall, I couldn't get there. I will try though. Of course not. Okay, at least this one had some differences in the end. But I wish I could fight the monster with the freaking torch. This game is impossible. I really wish there were multiple good endings, you know? Because all of the endings are bad. Oh yeah, still speaking of shows, another show that I'm very excited about this year, and this one was on the list that I saw on Netflix, Alice in Borderland Season 2. That's probably going to be, let's say, the second show that I would hype the most for this year besides 1899. Alice in Borderland was my favorite series of 2020. I believe it was not 2020, sorry, 2021, last year. I believe it was released before that, but I only watched it last year. It was so good. Also, hey X5, what's up, man? Have you seen my apartment before, by the way? I don't remember if you got to the channel when I was only in my hometown. But now it's a new place, it's my apartment, the OG hut or like streaming place. Yes, I'm back here, I returned last Sunday. The torch is alive, dude. I still need to play the Bridge Constructor Portal game, by the way. I miss the days of Portal. I miss to Portal is something that brings me back to 2010 or like 2010. Those were the years where I started to play Portal or like I started to hear about Portal. I went to the video games live concert where they played Still Alive live. And good news about that concert that I went. This one video game live concert was the one of the last events on the location because after that they kind of closed the place. And I heard about this week that they are going to reopen it. So that made me happy because I did have good memories when I went there to watch the video games live concert. And then they played Still Alive, they played Mega Man, they played Super Mario Teams, they played Top Gear just for the Brazilians because Top Gear was huge in Brazil. I'm not sure if Top Gear was huge in Argentina. Was it? X5, do you know what I'm talking about? The SNS game, Top Gear. They played Chrono Cross music, and then that was the first time I had an idea of like Chrono Cross. They played, I think they played Zelda. They played Baba Yetu from Civilization. Was there Final Fantasy? I can't remember now. I think they haven't played Final Fantasy. Oh, by the way, my chat is down again, but I'm waiting a little bit for my computer to recover, and then if this is going to be like earlier today, my chat will return, I hope. But hey man, what's up? How was your week? But I'm waiting for my chat to come back. Since you are here, X5, I will also show you some Brazilian treats that I'm not sure if you can find them in there. But my chat's not returning. Please, chat, don't make me go to my